No question, this is the best. All right. He goes chaff, and we got to go for the fire badger on round one. He goes for late chaff, then maybe less so. But the only other option here is like Void Eye for the DPS. Could go more chaff just to set up our board a little bit. I think we just go for this, but it's kind of unsure. Okay, kind of unsure. The safe option is actually the fire badger, I think, because we're not going arclights for sure. Late fangs could be also an option, but late fangs are quite better if we have. I mean, we could go for late fangs actually. That's better if we had. I mean, I don't know if they should be late. Could be. I like late fangs better than the crawlers. It's just that they need to kind of go in front of the tanks. And I'm not sure if that will happen. I do like this for a lot of reasons because I just wonder though if this should be down like this now. Oops. Alright, we'll have the staggered approach here. I think I like this a little bit more than this. Let's see. Oh, the marksman target, yes. Well, in every situation, these guys are not really doing much tanking. And it does look like he decided not to go for chaff here, which is very interesting. The Void Eyes would have been a better choice. Storms would be quite good here. Farce here is just amazing. I think we go for the Farce here, right? Or do we just go into the Phoenixes? 3 Phoenixes would be pretty devastating here, I think. If he doesn't have any chaff clear. Or any chaff of his own. Still have to go Phantom Rays, but it's mainly for the fire. Okay. I think he realizes he doesn't have chaff clear. So now this makes our move a little bit worse because it's reacting to what he had on the previous round. That being said, we always need the 3 Phoenix anyways. We'll go fire. We'll go pure fire next round. Actually, some of these, yeah, they're actually kind of tanked slightly for the Phoenix there. All right, so once we clear the chaff problem, then it's gonna be pretty good. We actually even kill this farce here, which is huge. But our HP is not huge. We get the fire for free. Okay. I think we just take it. I think we have to just kind of commit onto one of these sides here. Or like this. Okay. So we get the fire for free. That's amazing. We still go for the Phantom Race. And that will be our gambit, I think. Nice that we got him to waste his shield. 2 shields. Let's build in more chaff. Which is what we want to see. We don't want to see more anti-air. You don't want to see wasps, stuff like that, so this is perfect. We don't care about this. Our fire badgers will burn, but they're only just setting up for the next round. Even has more chaff coming in here. He's gonna burn some of his own chaff actually. If they make it past the initial fire. Looks like we'll be able to take off the shield. We almost win the right side as well. It'd be nice to take the shield. Looks like it is going to happen here, and here we go. We still have a huge HP deficit to come back from, but feeling pretty good. The smoke is also going to be something he's going to be worried about. We'll just skip again. And now the oil is going to come down. I think 3 is fine. We have 1 oil here. This guy's going to come here. This guy's going to go here. So really, it's just 3. And go like this. Maybe get range. And I think we want charge shot here. The only problem with the charge shot is the fangs now have more range. Oh no, it's not true. But the fangs will not be in front, let's say. Because the phoenixes will move too far forward. I'm not sure about range on the fire badger. It's more of a insurance policy to make sure we get the ignitions. This 1 shield bubble is a little annoying. He's got a chaff clear. We actually don't have chaff clear, so we want to see the fire more than, you know, he wants to see the fire for sure. I mean, he can clear this 1 pack of chaff at any point. It's still actually doing something. Look at this Farseer. He's still firing at it. Almost everything's dead, right? Fortunately, we're not going to be able to get this shield, but if we could, that would be pretty huge. How is it? Oh my god, it actually kills the shield? How? How does this kill the shield? Alright. Nuke is interesting. He might want to nuke us, but I don't think there's so much value in nuking him right now. He's not going to kill us this round, so we'll just continue with this. I think we could go for more Phantom Race, actually. Don't think we need necessarily more of these guys, but just depends. If he goes for boats, then we're kind of screwed. Do we ever go Mustangs here? In case he goes for Wasp? Or do we go Wasps of our own? It's not just build 1 unit. Let's think about this. Still have oil, actually, surprisingly. I think we use our oil. He's got the extinguisher dogs, though. That's the problem. So we need something to deal with the extinguisher dogs. And it's going to be probably more... Only fire badgers can probably deal with those. Alright, so he's definitely going extinguisher dogs because he's already built the dogs here. Which means we're going to need more fire, I think. Mustangs, maybe? No, not Mustangs because of... Maybe Mustangs? Or just more of these guys, I think. Yeah, he's got the extinguisher. I don't know about going 4 fire badgers, but it kind of made sense at the time. You do need like stuff that's killing the extinguisher dogs, and we need stuff to clear his chaff. So makes sense actually. You do need range now, I think, on the... It's going to be pretty huge with the damage of the Farseers. Alright, I think it's going to be a sell. Could argue the storms are going to be good here, but it actually might be. Okay. So we need range. We are weak to wasps here, so we're gonna have to hope he doesn't go wasps, but I think we start selling this. This is a bit too risky, I think, to overinvest in these. The oil is gonna be kind of useless here. You ignite the oil, he just cleans it up. So unless we just oil him here so his spiders don't move forward, but we are weak to wasps here. All right, we can go for wasps. I think we just need more Phoenix to have the DPS that we're looking for. Go for attack. Do we just oil him just to make sure his stuff doesn't move forward enough, or his missiles even better? I think missiles are better because we can even kill some of his hound packs. Maybe. Okay. So it's actually the raidens with range. Okay. That's pretty good into our wasps, actually. It's like super good into the wasps. The boat would have been a much more scarier option. Maybe even a checkmate solution here. That being said, we're not doing so great here. You know, that didn't look so good for our Phoenixes. Maybe we can get the tower here, or maybe we lose our tower first. Yep. That's not good. Okay. Shielded wasps, but now he knows we got the wasp solution. We are on death's door now. We have to go for the nuke, I think. He's also gonna go for the nuke. So probably gonna be spreading out his units a little bit. I think he might be moving it, so might just want to nuke here. I mean, he could also just nuke. We could just nuke him here, but it just depends, right? What we think he's gonna do. So this obviously, I mean, it did something, but we're not gonna continue with that. Could go for shield on these guys, right? That could actually be pretty smart. Still need chaff clear everywhere. Though not sure if the fire. I mean, if we nuke his stuff, at least his chaff kind of goes through. So I'm actually, I don't mind nuking maybe here. Kind of tough for us. Could go wasps also with shield. And I don't know. I don't love this either way. All right. He actually doesn't nuke us because he's so far ahead. He needs to counter the shielded wasps now with something. I think it's 4 to 8 makes a lot of sense here. I think for us, we just go factory to try to close out this game. But can we win 3,000 in one move? Maybe. Maybe we can. It's going to be a definite sellout. I mean, okay, so he's going Typhoons for sure here. We're definitely going for, I think, the War Factory. So the Typhoons would be devastating. That would absolutely just destroy our hopes. He's got the EMP already. So we just do this. We can also go for the armor now. I mean, he does have the EMP, but the armor will still do something. Or we can go for like HE or something, just to maybe kill the stuff quicker. Kind of depends. I prefer this actually. And we need a missile something. This is the best missile for, I think, if we want to hit chaff, but it's also an argument for a missile here. So, I don't know. Here, actually, that missile will kill his stuff. And there's also an argument for just putting it here, also. I think this is the best missile. Okay. Does exactly what we want him to do. And let's see how he positions them. So he's a little bit more biased here, which is a problem. We should have. Okay, he's got 4, so he's 3 out of the 4 is gonna go in there. We've got a good 25 seconds for the EMP, which I think is going to be enough. Once that wears off, then the HP might start not looking good. It's 440 right now. See what happens once it wears off. 290, okay. But it's more than enough. We actually almost win this side too because of the we just have so many of those phoenixes. Oh boy. So round 2 of a War Factory round. Smoke bomb is good, but doesn't do anything. It might be good for us. We could just intensive train this guy, and we could just intensive train another guy here. I think we go for speed, range, and missiles. I'm not sure. I think we could sell out of the tank, I think, here, minimum. We do have an oil, but does the oil do anything? He got the extinguisher here. The oil probably still does something. Okay, let's hope for the best. Well, this is not going to be working, but it's not horrible, this move. In fact, it's maybe one of the better moves. But it's a huge investment, and I think he just loses here. Even if one War Factory survives, it's not going to work. If you're going to play War Factory, go anti-War Factory, I think clearly the best way to deal with it is a melter on the line. So that was a crazy comeback. And yeah, I'm not happy with how bad that game went for us, and that fact that we had to go for the melter. It almost feels like a loss, to be honest. Okay, so you went for this. Yeah. All you had to do was just put the melters down, 2 melters down. I think it would have worked, maybe. So I want to look at the game here. So the mistake was this round. We saw the sprinklers come down and we knew we had to do something. But did we do the right thing is the question. So we go to 1800 from 29, so it's a 1100 loss. It's definitely something we're kind of confused on what to do at the point. And it's just how do we counter the Hounds, right? So I think Scorch is also an option here. We did go range on the Phoenixes, which I don't regret. I'm just wondering if the Scorch would have been better. And do we have to click the temp range here? So this does 7,000, 8,000. I mean, it might be a good to upgrade one of these guys. All right, let's see what happens here. So let's see. Let's look at the windshield wipers. They're dying a little bit quicker. Holy crap! Does that actually work? We're still losing, aren't we? Actually, looked a lot better there. Now it doesn't, but so we lose 800, so it's already an improvement. Maybe we start selling out of something, or I don't know if that's maybe let's avoid selling out of something. Do we ever just upgrade maybe this guy here? Because I think it's just the DPS from the Phoenixes that are clearing the big boys. And yeah, this is gonna go over here. We might have already enough on this side. As long as the Phantom Rays are alive, they're gonna tank. Now if the Phantom Ray's dead, the next target becomes the Phoenixes here, as you can see. Here we're still looking quite decent, because we still have 1 pack left. But this little chaff here is our big problem. So we end up with a similar result, but it might be slightly better. We need both. So what we did here was we went for the range on the Phoenix, right? No, we didn't. So we just went, what did we go for then? We just went for more Phoenix. Okay, I see. And we upgraded this guy, I think. So that was a mistake for sure, I think. Yeah, it's kind of tough here, right? What if we just forget, let's say just two is enough, right? And well, we're still in the same situation as before. I mean, maybe we could do this. Maybe it's placement also. We could do this and don't have any money to get another one. So it's kind of, yeah, we can't upgrade everything. So can't really have everything we want here. Maybe it just comes down to the positioning. Maybe it needs to be like this, more spread out. I wonder if like it needs to be later. I don't think so. So this looks a little bit better. We have a better spread. And the problem again is these late fangs, but I don't know if this is working out better. It may not be. It's actually working out worse. So, okay, definitely don't do that now. Maybe. All right. So maybe the Scorch Fire is good, but it needs to be the way we did it initially. And maybe maybe it's selling these guys also. Maybe that makes a difference. I'm sure if we borrow and sell, we surely could win this, right? Surely we win this now, right? There's no shame in necessarily borrowing and selling. I mean, sledges just kind of walk into our own fire. I mean, maybe they act like they kind of tank a little bit. What's interesting is that these these corner crawlers are actually from both sides are still alive. It actually take a while to kill. Somehow it doesn't look so good. So maybe the sledges are actually pretty important here. Maybe we didn't do that correctly. Is there something we didn't think about? Is it like actually something weird, like a I mean, would it ever be like ranged sledges? I don't think so, but would it be? Would it be something just completely weird that we never thought of? Like imagine doing this and then going for another sledge. There's no way this works, but let's just entertain this. Could argue maybe the sledge should be placed here, but we'll see. So the sledges might be able to take out the hounds, 918. It's more of a two-shot, unfortunately. That's the problem. And they're not going to act as a front line anymore for the fire badgers, so I don't love it. I think every single time we click range on sledges, we just lose the game. I don't think we've ever won a game where that was the right play. But it does look like the sledges are actually doing something. So why don't we try this again, except for we'll go for an extra sledge. And we'll go for the Scorching Fire instead, maybe. Okay, we don't have the money, but we'll borrow, just for experimentation purposes. We're not going to get temp range, because that might be a little bit too much. We'll upgrade this guy. And maybe this is the combo. Sledge in front of the Fire Badger to ensure that the Fire Badger survives longer. As you can see, the sledges they are in the fire, but some are in the fire, but it's not mainly. They're mainly tanking. And it does look like it's a pretty good combo actually. Like just for the now the DPS is being done by the Fire Badgers. It looks like that's actually the answer. Maybe. I mean, can't argue with this, but it's it's not perfect, but it's definitely the least damage we've seen so far. 400. Is there anything else we need to consider here? Like, I think he gets the power spike because he gets to invalidate like pretty much the Fire Badgers and stuff. Napalm is never good here. It's only Scorching Fire. I mean, we can't sell out of anything because, I mean, you could say we could sell out of this, but is that, do we actually sell out of the, do we actually sell out of the fire, these guys because of the extinguisher? That'd be kind of crazy. Guess we can go for like something on this. Like, I don't know about EMP, but armor or repairing, or maybe just upgrade these guys more. Or get another one, maybe. Even better. Cannot get another one. Here we go. Maybe this is the answer, because maybe the fire doesn't do anything anymore. Now that he has the he has those guys. Because really, what is the fire doing at this point? At least in the middle. What is it doing? It's doing nothing. There's no opportunity for the fire. Now, on the sides, you know, maybe it can do something here, but again, it's not even covering. The fire isn't doing anything anymore, I think that's the thing we have to realize. That's the thing that we didn't quite understand. Still doesn't look like it's good enough. And that's because of the range of the phoenixes, I believe. Are we able to range the phoenixes in this ever? And you know, I still think we need this here and here, and go for Scorching Fire. We definitely need levels, but what's more important than levels is the Phoenixes surviving. So maybe this is the perfect answer here. It wouldn't have occurred to me that we needed to sell out of our of one out of our 3 Phantom Rays, but it actually looks like that might actually be something. Now we have all Phoenixes still alive, and there's no chaff for some reason. We are getting to the juicy target, but it's not enough. Looks like we're gonna win this probably. All right. Yeah, so the answer is more Fire Badgers. We need the Scorching Fire. Even the level 1 did, the level 1's kind of fine. Now, how important is the Scorching Fire? Let's say we try this with everything we know, and we just skip the Scorching Fire because, you know, it's an expensive upgrade. We can just upgrade this one Fire Badger. We get double the DPS anyways, right? And then, you know, maybe we even get another Phoenix. We can upgrade this guy. Do we win really? Is this the most optimal play? Like, you know, why risk another technology on the Fire Badger when, you know, you only have level 1 Fire Badgers, and you know, they're like, what difference does it make? He only has level 1 Extinguisher dogs, right? And by the time the, you know, the Extinguisher dogs are dead, our Phantom Rays are long gone. Alright, so a pretty similar result there. So you don't need, I think this is better, just because, you know, we don't need the, we can always go Scorching Fire later. Like, it's not necessary, I think, in this situation. Now, they did less damage, you could see, 6,000 instead of like 17,000. So actually, I don't know. Like, we might have needed it. But the Phoenixes with the range are just more important than the Scorching Fire. Okay, so we actually did go for this, and yeah, we did okay. We just didn't click the range. And obviously we didn't sell out at this guy. So here we lose by 1,000. Right? And we actually get lucky by going for the for the wasps here. So let's think about the money here. This is 650. This is 5. Is this 650? That's a lot here. This is 500. This is 500. Okay. Void eyes are like phoenixes, but you have to pay for the, and this is what? 550. This is crazy value. So 650, I think we, don't think it's horrible to do this. So we need range, right? And we need wasps. Now, shielding the wasps is optional. Something that we probably do unless he goes for like a pure counter right away, like the Mustang or a wasps himself. And so this makes sense. The Scorching Fire, we've learned that. And oh, we had 200 left. Could click aerial spec, but what else can we click? Go for one more chaff, but I don't know. I don't know if the chaff makes sense. Huge chaff clear problem here, even with the Scorching Fire. And I think it's just because now the Raidens are a really good counter to our Fire Badgers. We lose horribly here. Worse than before. Alright, so we lose 1,000 by going... We still go range. We still go wasp. We didn't invest in the Fire Badger, which was smart for us. So what could we have done better here, like on that round 6? We could have built more wasps, but is that like, we could have gone on wasp shield, of course. Let's continue this line with just these guys. Alright, so definitely range. Definitely wasps. Wasp shield. Get another wasp, maybe. So got a wasp here, a wasp here, a wasp here. Now we are cheating because we know he's got his stuff here. Well, let's see, maybe the wasps are gonna be they're gonna help save the Fire Badgers from instant death. No, actually. We only have one more Fire Badger left, and it doesn't look like it's long. Yeah, so we still lose this side, even though we go triple shielded wasps. So clearly the wasp is not exactly the move here. So what does that leave us with? I mean, the wasps are surely a good play. Is it Mustangs? Do we ever just throw Mustangs down? Like, and is it range on the Mustangs? Oh, I think we forgot to click range on the Did we forget to click range last round? Okay. And I don't know. Like We don't want to outrange the fire badgers. That's the thing, right? Aerial spec is a little too premature. Maybe try the scorching fire again. Problem is now the Mustangs just go straight into the fire, which is not obviously not ideal. And now there's no more Mustangs. So this ends way worse. You'd imagine range on the Mustangs isn't great into what he has. We had this game. It looks like this game was like this is a pretty bad situation for us this game. So this is exactly what we ended up doing. I think we get one more. I think we might even put missiles down. Or was that like yeah, maybe it's the missiles that maybe might have saved us. So yeah, I think, is that what we did? Or I mean, surely missiles are pretty, yeah, I think what we try to do is we try to missile him. And we can go for our temporary stuff just to see if it makes a difference. Yeah. I mean, for sure, some of these missiles are a pretty big deal landing. Yeah, so this is kind of how the first game ended, I think. We had a little bit of hope. We just lost by this, so it's pretty similar to how we played this, and I think we lost the same. Yeah, and that's already like a great result for us. Like I think we did the extra wasp, didn't matter so much for some reason. The missiles were pretty huge. I think they were huge because we didn't want his line to advance. An oil would have been interesting also. So now I think we're kind of thinking we almost can't even beat this. Now, let's say we go for the actual, we'll go for more money this time, let's say. Is there anything we can do with more money? Like, let's say we go for this, and with more money, we can go at least for the shield, and we can still go for the missile. 3 missiles is a lot, but and maybe an oil as well, just to slow his units down a little bit. Like their crawler kind of slipped through, but so does his crawler. That's ugly. Okay, so we're able to win this, but I think we lose like what, 150 off of the cell. We lose like 450 and 300 total in spells. So we lose 450, and we could turn that round compared to how we played it. I mean, it's a 1600 HP turn. but it cost us an additional 450, or no, it cost us additional 300 because we didn't go for the oil and we didn't go for the bad cell. So it's 300 for resources for 1600. No, that could be, that's pretty decent. Actually, 300 resources is not a whole lot. And 1600 is huge. So, you know, I think in this case, maybe the spells, the missiles, even more missiles would have been better. The shields is probably okay. Did it really do that much? Like, how much did the shields do versus just building more phoenixes? Right, and the void eyes, you can argue the void eyes are actually interesting here too. Then you don't even need to sell. Just make them flying. Or just give them range, something like that. They don't even need to be flying, really. You just need range. They can take out some of these guys, so... let's just go range here. I don't know if we put them behind or in front. Probably behind just to make sure, just to be safe. And let's just say we continue to go for these guys. We'll borrow. Yeah, we need to, I think did we borrow on our original play? Okay, we need to go for this, so we cannot go for the extra. And so we're going to be down a missile with this play. How good are these void eyes here? Is the question. A little bit slow to the party here, but we're just playing it safe. I mean, they could be in front. This is not great. Maybe they need to be in front, so they can tank better. Yeah, so let's try that again. I mean, I'm wary about teching the Void Eye because it's kind of like a throwaway unit. It's not our main unit. Charge shot, I mean, 100 range. They will be in front. I mean, they do act as late chaff, maybe. Maybe 300, it just isn't worth it to do anything with them. So, let's just see here. And is there any scenario where we just go more phoenixes instead? Alright, and is there any scenario where we go Scorching Fire? I don't think so. I think we need the missiles. So if we're going to experiment here, let's continue with our multiple missile approach. Even the oil is something I think we need. Just not sure how effective the oil is going to be. All right. Actually, do clear off this extinguisher. Imagine the Void Eyes are pretty good for tank value. Like I think there's the HP is quite similar to a sledgehammer or something. So this is going to be an eye opener if this actually works here. Okay, it doesn't work, which is good because I don't want to have to start thinking about adding Void Eyes into the composition. I mean, is that correct here? Like, let's give this another try. Like, let's just go range, maybe. Still put them in front. We'll range this. Do we ever go more Void Eyes in front? And let's go for the all-in-one. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Maybe the Void Eyes kill the things before the missiles hit. The DPS is certainly pretty good. They're kind of like Phoenixes, but now they also die the same like the Phoenix. I always thought that this initial attack can't hurt like can't go from air to ground, but I think that's just the chain. Okay, so yeah, negative on the Void Eye, I think. All right, so the best possible play so far again is the. Okay, so the thing that we wanted to try here that we didn't get to try is what about just skipping the wasps altogether? Does that ever make sense? All right, we'll do the missiles, and let's just say we go mass Phoenix. Maybe even shield on the Phoenix actually instead. We need chaff clear here. This is not great. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, so that doesn't work so well. We're better off with the wasps here for sure. So just do it one more time, just to make sure we understand what we need to do next time. So wasps with shield is always good. It's definitely good into the Raiden. It's not great if he goes into other units, but we're just having to we're just assuming things. And yeah, we'll just go for our 300 and kind of like spell value. Too bad he didn't make these guys even closer to the spiders, because we could have really gotten him real good if he if those extinguishers got killed. Then obviously the extinguishers are just super strong. The recent buff was pretty bad. I don't think they needed the buff. You could see the fire extinguishers, the fire badgers, they last a lot longer. They kill almost all the chaff. Now we still have these guys, so we should win by I think 600 here, unless nope. Actually lose by a lot here. So that's interesting. I'll have to look back at the video here to see what we did differently. It's kind of shocking though. Maybe we go for the Scorch Fire here instead. 200, guess we go for the missile here. Maybe go for an oil. This is the only missile that does anything. The other missiles just slow the spiders. So devastating. Yeah, this is not ideal, I'll tell you. So we still haven't actually figured this out. I mean, we managed to succeed on that one try, but there's something that we haven't fully figured out. I mean, really, we should be considering the economy, right? Do we ever just go forts here? Do we ever go like Vulcans with range and Scorch? I think that's absolutely crazy. And we don't have the money for that. I think we could, I mean, I think if we try this, we need to go for the inefficient cell. All right, we'll go for the range now. Pretty sure this is never going to work. This does 10,000, so kind of 3 shots to Vulcan. But the Fire Badgers are actually in front, right? Or, yeah, they are. We should actually have everything killed on the ground. But the Phoenixes without the range is very bad. I would almost prefer to have range on the Phoenix than the range on the Vulcan. And again, going Vulcan when you already have 4 Fire Badgers can never be correct, right? Because even if we win this one round, we still end up losing in the future. So is there any other scenario here, like Rocket Punch or something, or range? I mean, we still need to have range on the Phoenixes. That's the problem, right? So we don't have the money to go for this. Is it just more tanks? But then the tanks, they kind of get one shot, right? Maybe we try. I mean, tanks. We'll go for Scorching Fire here. We'll go for range. You know, we'll go for another Phoenix, I think, or maybe even one of these guys. The missiles probably are good. Yeah, we actually kill, looks like we also kill marksman here. So the missiles, I didn't realize. But for sure, surely the tanks just get one shot, right? Kind of feels bad if we have to go tanks into raidens, to be honest, especially with the War Factory play. So yeah, we'll go back and look at the video and just see what we did to win by 600. It's definitely the missiles. Because you could see he's actually got the, we're killing the marksman with the missiles. That's something we just realized. Okay, so round 7, we got the nuke round, right? And we actually win by 1200 because we used the nuke. Let's just see here. Is there any way we can do something without winning, without going for the nuke? So we shield up. Do we shield up here? That kind of makes sense. We also shield up these guys, which may be okay. Get the fire off cooldown. So we can do this. He is going to shield for the fire. So we're not going to do the missiles this time. And, okay. So what do we need here? I think it's just more wasps here, actually. I think the wasps with aerial spec and EMP could also be good. So let's try this. It's got chain now on the wasp, but we do have our spell. Doesn't look like the wasps alone are actually going to be enough here. There's just too much stuff on the ground. Not enough phoenixes. There's too much chaff. We have no chaff. He's just got way too much stuff here. So we insta-lose. So we clicked aerial spec. I mean, what about this? What about range? What about range, aerial spec, and I mean, we need all the techs here, but would imagine it's kind of hard because his units are a little bit too far back. So maybe it's some different technologies. We can fight. We are able to fight the wasps with. I mean the raidens with wasps here. We are that does work legitimately. We go for one more wasp here, but no missiles. Alright, so this time we're going for the shield instead of the EMP here. And I think it's pretty effective if you look at this. That being said, if you look here, we're completely dead. And yeah. So it looks like wasp is not the answer. The wasp might be good chaff, but there's just too much stuff on the ground here. Is our only answer to go for an earlier factory? I think maybe at this point. I don't mind the way we played this, but it looks like we almost couldn't have won any other way. Just kind of sad. He's gonna go EMP soon. I don't know if he goes for it this round, but it'll be pretty soon. And maybe we'll missile here. Try to missile here. Still have the oil. We could just connect the fire. Potentially. Does have the EMP now, so kind of the wrong tech. You'd imagine if the EMP worked, I mean the factory worked on the last couple of rounds, it would also work here. Because he also has less DPS here. And once that factory's down, we're gonna be in huge trouble. And yeah. That didn't work. Interesting that the looks like the nuke was an amazing play, and I think if he nuked us, so I think that was his mistake of the game. We had 725. He decided to play it cute and wanted to focus on his economy instead of nuking us. I think that the nuke for him would have been pretty devastating. Something like here. We can fire this. We can fire the other side maybe. Or I guess we could fire the same side. Probably want to fire the different side here. You can go EMP. Just go more of these guys. And we're gonna have to sell for the chain. Maybe sell this guy. I mean, the EMP no longer makes sense, but we did click everything just to make sure that we were going to be safe in case of a nuke. We almost nuked the wrong side too. Maybe maybe this is why he didn't want to go for nuke. Maybe he actually doesn't win because we have shields on everything. I'm not sure. Yeah. I could see why he didn't want to nuke there. But what did he do wrong? I mean, our response was quite good. Looks like. At this point, it's just going to be more chain, more maybe a beacon, right? Because he knows we're going to nuke here, so why not just sell out of this? Why not beacon this guy a little bit to the side here, right? Get more of these guys maybe like here, and still do the fire here. Go for the borrow, go for this. Probably put a shield down here, the nuke shield down here maybe for the missiles, just to protect our important units. Missiles probably okay here. Missile probably okay here. I think also Mustangs could also be viable from his perspective, but if he wants to go for the carry Raidens, this would have been better. I think he just wins right there. And we're really happy that that didn't happen. But it just shows we were in a losing position the entire game. And round 8, this is where we go for the War Factory. I think clearly that's the best play. Right, get him down to 1400, and then he goes for the throw basically. think even, I mean, look, he's got the, he doesn't, okay, he doesn't have the ionization. I don't think he wants it anyways, but just go for this range. You know, put it like here, one here, one here. Borrow, we'll upgrade everything. You know, it's pretty straightforward. I think we need a shield. Might need a shield just for the missile, but you know, I think we'd be better off just missiling him here, and probably some more chaff or more hounds to clear the fire. Just more missiles all around, I think. Could argue to go for a tower level, but I think if he's on the tower, it's already too late. We get insta locks. I think that's going to be the end of the comeback story. Level 1. Still more than enough. And it is, it's holding on. It's holding on for quite a while. Wait a second. Alright, so we still lose by a little bit, but you'd imagine. I mean, you'd imagine an even better way to handle this is probably just go for the level 2. Or even like an abyss, but I don't think the abyss is good. And oil's probably good. Like something like here. Level 2 is a bit risky because it makes us overcommit, and I think if we sell out of the factory, then it kind of might be a throw in the opposite direction. Does look like the shield on the Phoenix is surprisingly effective. We actually still lose this. So I think what this also tells us is that we need electromag on the raidens. So we'll go back to the level 1. I think the level 1 is probably better. The electromag is also going to be good here. RO. I don't know about the oil, but definitely makes sense to missile these guys. Go for the range, and not quite sure. Maybe one more chaff somewhere. Looks like the EMP there made the difference. Right, so that was the way to surprising. So you actually need EMP to deal with the Phoenix. I didn't know about that. So yeah, this was
really bad game for us, but somehow managed to come back. And I think the biggest mistake was just not dealing with the War Factory properly. You couldn't expect the War Factory here on this round. Obviously, you just go for the Typhoons. I don't blame him for doing that because now the Wasps are getting too numerous. So I don't know how he plays that any better. Like, you know, even the EMP on the, does that really do anything, right?